Hello, welcome to Introduction of Java Programming series. In this episode, we will be learning how to create classes using inheritance. So, open your Eclipse in the src folder, create a new class and name it as single inheritance. So this will act as my parent class. Let me just write here parent class, and here I'll create one more class, public class child. Okay, and in the child class I'll create one method void ch for child and syso control space for system.out.println. Here I'll write inside child class. Alright, similarly I'll create one more method for parent class okay, and I'll write here parent. Right now we have not joined the child class with the parent class, right? So to join that means to use the features of the parent class in child class, we need to use a keyword known as extend. So extends is a keyword which is used in inheritance to inherit the properties of the base class or parent class in the child class. So we will write extends single inheritance in this case. Okay, now as I mentioned earlier, so when we will create the object of the child class, let me create one child c equals to new child. Okay, and try to call the features or methods of the parent class, then it should be called from the child class because it has inherit the features or method in this case of the parent class, right? So this is the method of child class called, right? And now we will try and create the method of parent class. So method of parent class, alright. So let me just try to run this program and check whether it is calling the object of child class is calling the parent class or not. Okay. So as first of all we are trying to call the child class method, so it is printing inside child class. After that it prints inside parent class. Alright. So in this way we can create a program using single inheritance. Now we will move forward with multi-level inheritance. So we will create a new class and name it as multi-level inheritance. Okay, click on finish. So here in the theory episode we discussed that an example related to grandparent, parent and child, right? So in according to that example, this class will act as my grandparent. Okay, I'll try and create one parent class and one child class. Alright, so let me just copy and paste it and change the class name to child and create method par for parent and write here as inside parent class and ch for child here, and let me just copy paste it here and name it as gp for grandparent. So if I create an object of this class, child class, right? So it won't be able to print any object of the parent or grandparent class. You know why? Because we haven't joined it till yet, right? And to do that, we need to use a keyword which is known as extends. So now we will join the class to inherit the properties of the base class or the parent class and use the keyword extend. So the parent class will extend multi-level inheritance, which will be the grandparent in this case, and the child class will extend what? The parent class. Alright. So now it should call all the functions of child, parent and grandparent. Okay. Let me just rerun this program and check whether it is printing it correctly or not. So inside child class, because we are calling child class method first, then parent class for parent class method and grandparent class for grandparent method, and we are calling all this from one object. Why we require this multiple inheritance? Means why we require this inheritance? To make our work easy. Means for example, if we have a program, let's say there is a bank, the bank interest has a fixed formula, right? For simple interest it will be p into r into t, right? Principal rate into time. And different bank like SBI, ICICI, HDFC or any other bank may have different kind of interest rate, 10%, 5%, 15%, 20%. So in this case, what we can do is we can make a generic class of interest rate formula, okay, and we can inherit that to calculate the interest rate on the basis of our particular interest interest amount, means on the basis of our rate, that is 15%, 10%. Okay. So similarly, like, because we are inheriting the features of the parent class here, means the rate or the formula, we are inheriting the same formula, right? So we can use it to ease our work. We do not need to write it again and again. We can inherit the feature from other parent class. Alright, so let us move to the third concept of inheritance, which is used in Java, that is hierarchical inheritance. So we'll again create a new class, and let me just write it as H inheritance. Okay, so the new class has been created. In hierarchical inheritance, one parent class may have one or more child, that we have discussed in our last or previous episode, right? So this is our parent class, right? We will try and create two classes which will extend the same parent class. Okay, so I'll create public static class child1 for first class and child2 for second class. Okay, and here I'll create one method, public void ch1, okay, in which I'll print child1 called. Similarly, in child2 I'll create a method and name it as child2 and print child2 called in that. Now we'll extend both the classes with the same parent class, that is H inheritance. Alright, and we'll try to invoke the parent class method which I'll be creating just now. So I'll write here parent called PAR for parent. Alright, so let me just create the object of both the classes. Child1 C1 equals to new child1, and similarly for child2 2 2 child2. So as both of the object has been created successfully, now let me just call the method which is present in child1 class. So first method was ch1, right? And now I'll call the parent from this method. Similarly, from c2, that is object of class 2 child2, I'll call the method ch2, and from c2 again I'll call the parent method, and I'll try to print this. Let's check the output and check whether hierarchical inheritance has been implemented in this program or not. Click OK. So child1 called, parent called, child2 called, parent called. So as you can see that the hierarchical inheritance has been successfully created in this case. So this is how we can implement hierarchical inheritance in Java. Thanks for watching.